Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Egbert here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we're going to try to give away free shares of stock. That's right. It's your time because I've been mentioning this all year long. Sign up for Robinhood and Webull and then issue your stocks. That's what I've been talking about. So why not get yours? So that's what we're going to be talking about. And we're going to talk about investing. And we're going to talk about a whole bunch of things. But first, welcome. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. And thank you for being here, Brandon Hicks. Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate your support. Thank you again, sir. Salute to you from the North Carolinas. All right, so we're going to be talking about it. It's very simple this evening. Anything you want to talk about, we can talk about. But we're going to start with, getting those stocks. Right now with Webull, if you refer other people, they get one share of stock. They deposit $100 or more, they get 2 more shares of stock. And if you are the one that refers other people, you can get up to 7 free shares of stock. So this is powerful with Webull. And if you've downloaded the Webull app, go in there, see the free money, go in there and get your link, share it with your family and friends. And this is how you can make money without even depositing any money, because they'll give you free shares of stock. So that's what we're going to be talking about right now. And I can't for the life of me figure out why people wouldn't just simply do this, share with family and friends. And then even then, family and friends won't download. They won't even want the 1 free share of stock, but at least all you can do is try. So that's why I said tonight, I'm going to do a video about that. But as usual, we can talk about anything. Joshua Felder, what's up, man? Glad to see you here this evening. And for all those people, I rarely say this, even though I do have the intro, but please smash the like button. And if you like what we're going to be talking about this evening, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And please share with other people, because that's what we're trying to do here, is help out everybody. So again, tonight, another Friday night, and it's open to everybody. And by the way, we have members only. We have a join button on the main page, not on this page, but we have a join button to become a member. I'm going to start having member only, 1 probably or 2 live streams to remember as only. I just don't know what's a good time for most people. But I'll be talking about that under the community tab with the members of the channel, and we can figure out a good time. So that is what we're talking about tonight, investing, whether it's real estate, whether it's stocks, whether it's gold and precious metals and silver. Anything you want to talk about, it's all on the table. But we're going to be talking about how we can make some money this evening. Curtis Davis, glad to see you this evening. Thank you. And I see that nice little icon next to your name, meaning you're a member of the channel. So I appreciate that support as well. So we're talking about anything and everything this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ask Eric B. You can do it. Doesn't matter. We can talk about credit as well. So everything's wide open. Charlie, how you doing this evening? Another member that has that nice icon next to her name. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your support. Once again, this week, I appreciate it. And just because Curtis Davis and Charlie, you guys have those icons, I'm going to start doing members only live. So if you guys have any input on what's a good time, I'm going to do once a week, whether it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is, but it's more or less what time is the best time to have it is what I'm looking for. And the day would help as well if we have a consensus so I can get the most people on there that can attend. But thank you, everybody, for being here this evening. And once again, we're going to start this out with stock market investing, because we ultimately get around to it in the first place. Mr. Evans, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for being here this evening, and thank you for also being a member of the channel. Thank you so much. Will Reynolds, welcome to you. Salute to you, sir. Thank you for being here this evening. I appreciate the support, everybody. Thank you so much. So we're talking about stocks, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting right off the bat. because this is where we can make some money. You're going to start paying attention to what the government says, what the news media says, and you're going to run into a scenario that there's going to be ups and downs. Well, that's just how the stock market works. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, then it goes up a little bit more. That's how it worked over the last 100 years. This is not going to be any different. The only difference is a lot of you are going to be smarter than you were years ago. You're going to do what everybody says that who makes money at the stock market. Buy on the dip. You're going to hear this a lot. So if you think that a Tesla, an Apple, a Microsoft, an Amazon, a Google, if you think companies like this, when their stock goes down, that it's a travesty, I, on the other hand, say only one thing. You better be buying some more, taking advantage, because if around March 20th, when the stock market plummeted to its lowest level this year, you could have bought stock at like 60, 70% off, and you would have 60, 70% returns on your money already this year. So these are the kind of things that you have to look out for, because a lot of people are thinking since the stock market starts going down, what do? They sell. When they should be thinking about, I need to pick up some more. So keep your duffel bag of cash ready, ladies and gentlemen, because there's going to be some ups and there's going to be some downs. And we're going to be able to take advantage of this. Charlene, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your support by being here. All right. We're going to be talking even business credit if necessary. All right. I didn't forget about you, Charlene. I see you're in the house. Curtis Davis already starting it off. Already starting it off with the MGI, Neo, Marvel. These are all on the table, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, we're going to do something a little differently. MGI. Here we go. $7.51. I'm going to put it up on the screen for you so you'll be able to see it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand. Curtis Davis, he's always bringing a few gems to the house. So I'm going to show you this gem. I think it's a gem. I just can't believe why it wouldn't be a gem. And most people don't know what MGI is. So here we go. I'm going to put it up here for you so you can see. It's MoneyGram. MoneyGram, who already has offices internationally, who already has their processes in place. So when they start saying we're going to allow cryptocurrency to be sent back and forth, and we're going to allow other avenues of transporting money back and forth, MoneyGram's already positioned for that. And as you can see, their shares of stock are only $7.51. And by the way, their 52-week high, as you can see, is $7.73. But let me illustrate again what I was talking about. Back in March, it was as low as $1.39, $1.22, $1.14, $1.44. If you would have been keeping your mind on the prize instead of the mayhem going around, then you would be taking advantage of these kind of things. And look here, you would have earned, let's just say on $1.66, you would have earned 352% on your money at the close of $7.51 price today. You can't beat that, ladies and gentlemen. These are the type of winners that you're looking for, and it can be done. You just have to start thinking what's going on in the world. So the financial markets, they're being disrupted because, of course, they're finding it very hard to make a living when people are out of work and can't get loans. And banks are now having to go down in price themselves. But don't worry, they'll come back. They always do. So are you going to buy your Wells Fargo, Bank of America stocks right now? I would. I haven't yet, but I will be next week, just so you know. All right, let's see what else we're going to talk about. Joshua Felder, he's talking about what we always like talking about, arbitraging through Facebook Marketplace. It's a great way to make money quickly. Only buy the product when someone buys, and remember to mark up your items. That's how you make money for free. Exactly. Don't even have to own it. I love that. That's what I'm talking about, Joshua Felder. That's how you do it. Arbitraging product without having to actually pay for it. And all you're doing is just taking money from A. You are going to be B, and you're just handing it to C to get the item. And between the B, which is you get to keep the profit. I love it. That's how capitalists work. Capitalism. That's how it's supposed to work. That's right. Great point. Everybody, that's another stream of income is arbitraging, as we talked about before. All right. That's right, Josh Felder, dropping gems early. That's right. And I also wanted to get into, what was the other one? MGI. Hold on, I forgot. NEO. Oh, yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and I bought some more NEO today, by the way, just so you know, because a lot of people are saying, hey, Eric, it's up there. It was up to $50 earlier today, 52, and then they did some reporting, and so it has dropped down. But still, $44, you can't beat that, can you? That's pretty sweet, isn't it? The reason why you might not think it's sweet is because a year and a half ago, if you don't know the story or weren't a member of the channel a year and a half ago, that was an IPO, and it was $6, $6.50. And a lot of members at the time bought some, and then it went up to $14, $15 that next day. And I advised to sell it. Not all of it, but what I was saying was you sell the month, sell it so you have a little profit, and then you keep a few shares. So you would have been at $6.50. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something on the screen, because when you go back a year, you see what happened. It went down a year ago. It went all the way down to $1.83. And what did people do? They bailed. Even though it was only a year, or not even a year at that time, because it's the end of 2019, it was only like 8-9 months. People didn't believe in the stock, right? But I was saying it's an EV, electric vehicle company. They actually were producing already. So just a long story short, people were selling when it was down here, 2019, early 2020. And then, of course, March, they're selling. So we're around $2 or $3. And in March, we were talking about this is a good time to buy. So you could have bought it $3, $3.40, $3.50, all this, $3.50, up until May, $3.50. And now it's taken off to over 40. And that's 1,100% on your money, ladies and gentlemen. 1,000%. And it looks like we get to win again on another stock. 1,000%. So earlier this year, you could have bought some more shares. Your dollar cost averaging would have went down to around $4.50, somewhere around there. And now you would have earned nearly 1,000% on your money if you would have sold at this price. But I'm not selling. I tell everybody, I'm not selling NEO. NEO should be $300, $400, just like Tesla. So that's when I'm going to sell maybe. But until then, I'm holding on for the long term, because they are actually have manufacturing. They actually have battery swap. They have a whole bunch of things going on that even Tesla doesn't do. And they're using Google platform software. That's who produced the NEO software, is Google, just so you know. All right. Curtis Davis dropping the gems. Let's go with Marvel, man. He keeps bringing up the Marvel. Marvel. All right. Marvel Technology is who I'm talking about. I don't know if you're talking about Marvel Technology, but again, a year ago, this was $26. Now, at this price point, 61% on your money if you would have sold. Semiconductor company, Marvel. Let me know if that's what you're talking about. Curtis Davis, or are you talking about Marvel Comics? We're talking about Marvel, semiconductors. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go. What else we have this evening? So that's a good start to the stock market talk, because everybody wants to make some money. And let's get into the dividends, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget that. Get your dividend stocks. Get your T for AT&T. Get your Nordic American Tanker, NAT, gives you 14, 15% on your money. DHT gives you 30% on your money. You can, even Apple sent me dividend check yesterday or today. Can't remember when it was. Even a company called AM, which is not supposed to be doing that good. In fact, here, let me show you guys something. This is pretty interesting, because Antero Midstream, here they are here. AM is interesting because it's like an oil company, and they're not really doing too good in reality, but they keep issuing dividend checks. A year ago, $5.30, $4.80, and here it is another year. So basically, it's almost, you got an extra dollar or so, so you have about 20% on advantage. But that's not the thing. Look at this. They're issuing dividends at 19% on your money at this $6.38, and they issued me some more dividends, and I was just in shock when it came up. Because whenever there's a pandemic, whenever there's a downturn in the marketplace, you don't expect a small company like this to still issue dividends when their stock price is only $6 and they're giving you pretty much almost $1 on your money. I mean, it's incredible. So you would think they would just say, no, we're going to suspend our dividends for a few either months or weeks, but no, they didn't. So that's interesting to me. So anyhow, AM is one of my little favorites, 19% on your money as long as they issue the dividends, but who knows how long that'll be, but it's very interesting. I'm expecting somebody to actually buy up this company, but so far it hasn't happened. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit on another type of stock that can earn you a lot of money as far as dividends, making money while you sleep. Isn't that what we're trying to do here? So with the other one that I mentioned last week, double hull tankers, DHT. Let's talk about them. Look at this, $5.29, yet they're still issuing dividend. 15% on your money. Again, I expected them not to issue dividends, but they keep doing it. And there's no winner here other than they're issuing dividends, because a year ago it was $7.47, and now the price is down to $1.87 down, but they're still giving me 15% dividends. I'll take it. 15% over the course of a year, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get it misunderstood. And but anyhow, that's what's coming across. They're issuing dividends still, so I'm staying. All right. What else we got to talk about? Here, I'll go with another stock. George Maples gave it to us last week. How about this one? Altria. Altria went up since last week because last week they were at around 2 or 3% on your money. Okay, even though they're in tobacco, cigarettes, and all that, you still make almost 8.5% on your money at 40%. So they went up since a week ago. Yeah, look what happened in the last 5 days. All of a sudden it moved up. So you got some appreciation, meaning the stock went up, and you're getting almost 8.5% on your money at this price point. Last week when it was lower at 39, 38, somewhere around there. Yeah, it was 37, 38, 39, somewhere in there. So it would have been almost 1 percentage point higher. So all I can say is, here goes another company that people could have invested in, because we have people here like Curtis Davis, Joshua Felder, and a bunch of others, Charlie, everybody dropping gems while they're in the chat. So that's why I always leave the live chat on during replays, because there's all kind of gems out here. And Curtis Davis is saying Marvel Technologies, the chip makers. Exactly. I had a feeling that's who you were talking about. I didn't think you were messing around with comics. So anyhow, all right. That's right. Curtis Davis, there you go. I need to buy AM and NRZ. That's right. NRZs. Oh, I love NRZ. So let me go bring them up. Another one. This is going to be another one. $8.33. Everybody can afford this. This is like Starbucks cup of coffee that you're giving away, and you could earn 7.2% on your money at this price. But we were talking about NRZ like, let's see, when it was around March. And let me show you something, ladies and gentlemen. This is what NRC used to do. It was at $17, 50 cents, $16 when everything's stable. In March, people who bought it 15, 16, 17, we were in chat talking about it because it went all the way down to $4. And you could see right here, it dropped off another cliff because we were down around $4.57, somewhere around there when we talked about it. And then it even dropped even lower. And we were discussing if you should buy some more NRZ. And I said, yes, buy some more NRZ. even though the pandemic was going on, even though they're in the residential mortgage. But I was like, but they're giving out dividends. The dividends at that price point was over 10%. So whoever invested 6 months ago, we're getting over 10% on our money. And even right now, you can get 7.2% on your money. So in my opinion, another win-win. And even at $8.33, buy. I don't have a problem with it. Should get some more. So as you can see down there, it's 7.2% at $8.33 right now. And it's slowly climbing, barely climbing, barely climbing. But we'll see what happens in about 3 months. But anyhow, all right. That's right. I need to buy some AMMRZ. Good evening, Curtis Davis. Bought more DHT this week. That's right. So did I. I bought some more DHT. I can't help myself. It's so cheap, and they're giving me like, what was that, 17% on my, actually at the time, it's even higher than that. It was around 19% on my money because it was lower. It was crazy. I got it on a good day. Yep, NRZ, another win, 2 times money. Exactly. It's so easy when you really actually pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. But unfortunately, what happens in American society, most people are working 9-to-5 jobs. And when you get home, the financial networks are generally off. So what you're watching is almost replays from earlier, or you're finding out after the fact. So you can't really do anything other than you can buy after hours. But even then, it's all the hoopla is gone. And you're sitting there going, okay, I'll do it on Monday or Tuesday. But how many people are actually studying stocks after they get off work from a 9-10 hour day? Generally not. That's why the top 10 percenters still stay the top 10 percenters. And top 10 percenters own 92% of the stock market. It's kind of funny how it correlates, right? It correlates with the more amount of time you have to research and invest, it seems the more that you're going to be able to make. And that's why 10% of the wealthiest in America own 92% of the stocks in the stock market. This is why a rich person, like a president of the United States, would pay attention more to pump up the stock market and do whatever he can, because him and all his friends are heavily invested in the stock market. It should make sense. So where should you be? Shouldn't you be in the stock market too, with the 10 percenters? And if you invest in the stock market, you're going to be a 10 percenter too. All right? It's that simple. Make money while you sleep, like Curtis Davis just said. Isn't it worth studying to make money while you sleep? Exactly. Like I said, I woke up today and I got AM and Apple. It said in Robinhood, it says welcome or hello. You got something from Apple, dividend from Apple, and a dividend from AM. I forgot all about these guys. I bought this stuff like years ago. So the fact that I'm getting the dividend checks while I'm sleeping, it's money already spent. But here's the thing. I've been talking about this lately. When people are sitting there buying the Starbucks, buying furniture, buying TVs, buying objects that do not generate income, you don't mind spending that money for whatever reason. But as soon as you say the equivalent of, let's say, a bedroom set, which could be anywhere from $500 to over $1,000, somebody will go buy a bedroom set, but won't spend $500 or $1,000 into an investment vehicle such as the stock market. It makes no sense to me. This is the kind of thing, because if you invest in the stock market and you get dividends or the stock goes up, not all shares give dividends. Like a Tesla, for instance, doesn't give dividends, but the stock goes up 5 years, 6 years, 10 years from now, who knows how much that's going to be? That could be millions of dollars. And a lot of people miss out on this because why? They're sitting there saying, I'm scared. I don't want to give away my money. But yet I'm sitting there going, didn't you just buy something that doesn't generate any money at all? You weren't scared to buy that $1,000 bedroom set. And it doesn't do nothing for you other than sit in a room. And yeah, you can sleep on it 8 hours a day, but you got to get up and go to work. Imagine if you'd have put that same thousands of dollars into Tesla or Apple or Microsoft when they were $10. You'd be millionaires right now. So these are the kind of choices that people make and don't think anything about it, and then give an excuse why they don't want to invest. And I just sit there and go, you bought a car, didn't you? And you're paying monthly payments on a car. that gives you nothing back, but you don't want to pay monthly payments to invest. And you could invest, ladies and gentlemen, in index funds. You don't always have to do an individual stock. Each month, yeah, Walmart, Target, Costco, Home Depot, Nike, Wendy's. Exactly. Exactly. Because what most people don't realize is not all stocks issue dividends the same time. So I'll give you a perfect example. PSEC, Good, GOOD, AGNC, they all issue dividends every month. So, but yet AT&T, or like the ones I got today, Apple and AM and Taro, they issue dividends every 3 months. So this month, I'm going to get all three of those that I mentioned, plus AM, plus Apple. So I'm getting 5 or 6 or 7 places are going to be giving me dividends this month. 5 or 6, 7 places are going to be giving me dividends next month. In fact, 5 or 6 places give me dividends every month because some are staggered. Some start January, April, July, October, something like that. Next one does February, June, October, December. So some are staggered every 3 months. So you could, in theory, well, actually it's fact, you can have dividends coming in every month while you're at work, while you're sleeping, while you're on vacation, while you're not even paying attention. It would be great if you had assets like cars, homes, beds, furniture, TVs that would all of a sudden spit out some dividends for you because you bought it. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, they don't. And this is why the top 10 percenters stay top 10 percenters, because instead of them spending thousands of dollars on meaningless items, they're spending thousands of dollars on items that generate income for them in the long term. So that's what you have to think about. That's what you have to think about. Here we go. Curtis Davis dropping some more gems for the evening. While my neighbor drives his Ford and calls on his Verizon phone, I get paid. Exactly. People, you're carrying around an iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy phone, but you don't invest in either one of them. You're driving a Ford, Chevy, GM, BMW, Mercedes. You don't, a Porsche, it don't matter. You drive those, but you don't invest in the companies to get some money back from them. I don't understand it, but that should be your mindset. And that's the thing that they don't want to teach 90% of the population. They want you to keep being uneducated. Let's just put it that way. They want you to keep putting your money in a 401k mutual fund. And why? You're giving it to the top 10 percenters. And then you go on your merry way and they're investing it, making 20, 30, 50, 100, 1,000% on the money. And as I've told you before, you're happy with, hey, you made 8% this year. That's what we gave you. That's how much we made. Meanwhile, they made thousands of percent this year using your money. That's the funny thing about it. You're voluntarily giving them the money and saying, okay, if you told me I got 13% on my money, I'm happy, which is index funds. Okay, 10% on your money, you're happy. Index funds. Here, let me do something right now. Let me go to index fund. Vanguard's usually the cheapest ones, some of the cheapest ones, right? I'm going to give you one right now that actually gives dividends. VTI. Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, 183.32. They give 1.88% on your money. But I'm going to show you something right here. 5 years. Look how much it's grown. 70% on your money in 5 years. Okay? So you doubled your money pretty much. 96 at the lowest 5 years ago, it was 96. And right now is around the highest. So you're at 85% on your money, almost nearly doubling. 96 and 96 is 182. So it is double in actuality. So that's what we're talking about. These are the kind of things that is an index fund. You're going to get over 5 years at 70%. So you know, what is that, 14% on your money? In reality, plus they're giving you a dividend. Come on. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. All right? Anybody can do this. Like here, you can see 1.8% they're giving away every year, and you're getting an increase, and they invest in the total stock market. So when the stock market goes up, your VTI goes up. Pretty simple. Okay? How about this? We'll go to, let's go to VOO. Go CD. Oh, wait, that won't work. Let's put in zeros. Oh, put in zeros again. All right. VOO. Here we are. All right. VOO is a little bit more, but it's the ETF fund for the 500 S&P. So you can see again, I'll go back here. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, $191 in 2015. It dropped a little bit to 171, but I'll stay with the 192. And now look, 71% on your money over 5 years. Once again, we're at 13%, 13.5% on your money. You can just let it sit there. You don't have to trade stocks. You don't have to do anything. Okay, they're picking the top 500. So it's the 500 index fund, and they're giving off a 1.2% also for your money. So again, they're taking the best of the Standard & Poor's and handling. Here, I'll give you another one. So you're seeing a theme here yet? So even if you don't want to invest in stocks, you can get 13% on your money, 12% on your money generally. Let's see, VTSAX, again, another total stock market index fund. Look at here. Once again, it was 52 5 years ago. And here we are at 87.97, again, 67% on your money. So again, we're over 12%, 12.5% on your money. What's there to be afraid of in this case? Why wouldn't you invest in these kind of things? The 401k siphoning off the profit. Exactly. 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 Look at this. The VTSX total stock market has, look at this. They're giving 67% return, right? Which is that's around 12.5% on your money. All right. But you don't get the upside on the Teslas, the Apples, the Microsofts. You don't get none of that upside on this, even though they're invested in that, because they're invested in more than just those, right? So here, I'm going to go show you this just to give you an idea. Here's Apple. Here's Apple. $30 5 years ago, 2015. 300% on your money, right? Yep, 299.8%. So 300% on your money. Meanwhile, the index fund is giving you 12.5. And the reason why you're going to be happy is because 12.5, 13%, 13.5 cents, 13.5%. You're like, wait a minute, I couldn't earn that on most stocks. You're right. So a lot of people just do the index funds, but I like doing the individuals and the index funds too, just barely, because I like picking winners. I'm a narcissist like that. George Maple, welcome to the live stream this evening. Thank you for being here. Let's see what he's talking. Check out ARK funds and tell me what you think. Hey, you know how we do this on the live stream. I mean, I can really check it out later, but let's see what we're talking about. I'm not familiar with them. ARK fund. I'm not familiar. Okay, we're going to, oh, they have index funds. Okay, I see what you mean. Do they have a certain, give me a, oh, there we go. Hold on, I messed up. They gave me the fund names. It's, let's go. We're going to go with, oh, they have a few. ARKF, ARKG, ARKQ. Okay, let's go with ARKKK. Let's go check it out. See what we got. $99. I don't know what the innovation is, but let's go look at 5 years. Okay, there we go. Looks like they're doing pretty good. 5 years ago, $20 a share. Now, $99, $100 a share. That's almost 400% on your money, ladies and gentlemen. So far, so good, George Maple. ARK Innovation. So the question really is, what's the cost of their fund? What's the expense? That's what the real deal is. But so far, ARK is good. Can't complain about that, can we? Let's go see what ARKQ says. Let's go. Let's see what ARQ. That's one of my favorites, autonomous. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not familiar with ARK funds. But as you know, I'm a big time believer in autonomous technology and AI, artificial intelligence for robotics, big time. So I might invest in this fund just based off of if that's what they invest in. And once again, here it is, 5 years ago, $20. Now it's up to 63, 227% on your money, ladies and gentlemen. George Maple, it looks like you done bought some gems because all these guys are in the upsides. I like this, autonomous technology and robotics. This is what we've been talking about. Put yourself in this field. You got to love it. Yeah, Curtis Davis brings it up. They hold Tesla, robots, Amazon, okay return. I did buy 4 years ago, Kathy, great investor. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it seems like it keeps rising, and that's what it should be doing. They don't issue any dividends on it, apparently. But at least they're rising, and who gets 200% on their money in 5 years? What is that? That's 40% returns. Meanwhile, you're messing around with the index funds or mutual funds, your 401k. And like I said, you're happy that they gave you 13%. You're happy that they gave you 10%. You're happy they gave you 7%. Meanwhile, they're making 200% on your money. And keep in mind, again, I'll keep reiterating, your money. It's not even their money. They're making money off your money and charging you an expense fee to manage it. This is craziness in reality. All right. George Maple, thank you for bringing this up. I'm going to continue this line. Let's see what else they got. They're winning all the way around. Let's go with, I'm interested in their fintech, but let's go to their next generation, which I would think would have been innovation. But I guess they think next generation is going to be something different. ARKW. Let's see what that shows. So the question is, what's the cost for being in their fund? That's really the question here. Looks like another winner on the chart. $24 once again in 2015. And now here we are, almost 400% again on your money with ARK. It looks like they're winning on all fronts, on everything. This is amazing. I can't be mad at none of this. This is awesome. They have less than 1% dividend. So it's under 1%. So that's why they're not reporting it, 0.5 or something. But I'll say this, who needs dividends when you're earning 100%, when you're doing like 75% a year on your money? That's crazy. Sometimes you might want to forego dividends, like in the Tesla case. ARK, oh, messed up, stock. Let's see, ARK's. Here we go. Let's see what they're doing. Once again, the chart is right again. This is amazing. Absolutely increase on average, even though it went up the last year, like started really going up. But still, they were in at the right time. I'm not in none of this. This is beautiful. Another gem, George Maple. I like it. I like it. I lost you guys for a second. Sorry about that. I clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry about that. But let's get back to the business at hand. Let's see. I lost it for a second. Clicked on the wrong screen. Okay, let's see what their fintech is. ARKF. I'm anxious to see about this. because that's the next phase that you can think of. Fintechs are coming, ladies and gentlemen. The fintechs are coming. And this is still reasonably priced. And 5, we still get 116% on our money. Can't be mad at that. Hold on, let me add it to the screen since we lost you. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I clicked off the tab, so it dropped me off. So here we go. Here it is, ARKF as in Frank. Look here, 116% on your money in 5 years. So again, you're over 20% on your money, ladies and gentlemen. They beat the Vanguard index funds, and they're doing something a little more innovative. They're going with the up-and-coming businesses that we talk about a lot here. When you have, they even have 3D printing and Israel innovative technology. So this is awesome. This is awesome. Wow. George Maple, thank you for bringing up the gem of the night so far. The ARK funds, they're all winning. Remarkably, all like 20% or more on your money every year. I know that's not sustainable, ladies and gentlemen, but it's remarkable that a fund that's almost never been heard of is doing that type of volume and type of business. All right, off-topic question. We can talk about anything here, any topic you want, so it's not off-topic. I had an off-topic. When establishing a new virtual address, do I have to have a different local address for each LLC? I have multiple LLCs. Okay. Okay. I'm going to answer this here. I'm going to answer this a few ways because there's a few ways I don't really know what you mean, but you can put down in the chat what you really mean. So are you saying that you're going to have a holding company and then you're going to have subsidiaries underneath? So therefore all the subsidiaries are going to have the same address as the holding company? Or are you saying that you have multiple LLCs in a different state? Because if you're in a different state, then that means you're going to have to file as a foreign corporation. If you're running it in 2 different states, you're going to have to do that. If you're saying that you're just having an LLC in Nevada and then you have an LLC in Florida, you can do that. Then you don't have to file as a foreign corporation. If you decide to have your other business in Florida, for instance, if the Nevada was in Florida also, then and has the same address in Florida, you're going to have to figure out something at that point, because if you're operating in Nevada and you go to Florida and vice versa, you're going to have to file a foreign corporation LLC, pay twice. But anyhow, I'll let you tell me what you got going on. But the answer to your question is, I'll put it back up here. You don't have to have a different address. You can have the same address for multiple LLCs. And in fact, that's not a bad idea, actually. Contact an accountant, attorney that handles business, and you might be able to just run it as holding companies, which would be the better idea, all in the same house, mailing address to the same location. Nothing wrong with that, because you're going to be moving the money up to the holding company anyhow. So it's something to think about. There's a way to do it, and no, there's no problem with having the same address for multiple LLCs. All right, let's see what else we got here this evening. You're dropping too many gems. The line can't contain all the great info. That's right. Give them some props. George, good call. ARK, Kathy Woods. All right. Curtis Davis, you're dropping too many gems. Great, all the info. Wow. Charlene, I'm glad you're learning tonight. I'm glad you're here on the live stream. This is the whole point, ladies and gentlemen, that, like I said, the live chat room, it's so powerful here because we have a lot of people from all different walks of life, different ages, and all the information combined is what makes it great. This is what makes America great, by the way. The melting pot, where you get different minds, different ideas, different thoughts, and together you create a very powerful situation. Right here tonight, I learned something new about ARK. I'm going to be investing in ARK now, George Maple. Tell them to send you a check. I'm just playing with you. But anyhow, George Maple, you done dropped the gem of the night, because all ARK funds have done 20% or higher for the last 5 years. This is incredible. All right, let's see here. AJ, I have multiple LLCs in different states, and I was to establish business credit. All right, you can do that, but each LLC has to establish its own credit. Okay, or, well, there's another way too. It all depends. If you were to set it up as a holding company, then your holding company would be in a state. So your holding company plus all the other subsidiaries could establish their credit separately. And then you can get financing for each one. So if that's what you want to do, you can do it. You're the boss. You're the CEO of your life. You're the CEO of the companies. So you can do whatever you want. So if you want to establish business credit, then each one has to use their EIN number and get business credit started, such as, well, you can start with the basics. You can go with nav.com, go there, sign up with them. It's almost like Credit Karma. And if you get the $39 a month or $49.99 a month, and they help you with business credit as well, then they report to your business credit file. You could also do Crown Office Supplies. After this live stream, I'll drop a link down below. In fact, it doesn't matter. Crown Office Supplies, I'll drop a link in the description after this is over. But unfortunately, right now, I can't do it. I mean, I can, but it's no reason. Crown Office Supplies, they'll give you business credit. Shirtsy, SHIRTSY, net 30s. This is what I'm talking about. To get something on your business credit file, Crown Office Supplies, Granger, things like that. You just start it off. And then they start putting it on your DMB. Then it'll be on your Experian. Then it'll be on your TransUnion. And then hopefully your LLCs, you have a bank and you're running money through that bank. And if you would have had a fintech bank, like a Blue Vine, for instance, they give you lines of credit. A bunch of companies give you lines of credit, like a Divvy, DIVVY. You run like $10,000 a month through there, they'll give you lines of credit. $15,000, $20,000. If that's coming through your business, if you had a holding company and you move all your LLC money to the holding company, then your holding company might have that $20,000, that $10,000, the $15,000 or more coming through every month. And then they're going to give you lines of credit because they're like, oh my God, this guy's got 15, 20, 30 G's coming through per month. That's how it works. You get your banking relationship going with each LLC. Okay. And then, like I said, if you had them as a holding company, that'd even be better. Because then not only would you have your holding company being able to get lines of credit, you would also have each LLC being able to get their lines of credit. All right. Yeah, Curtis Davis. Good laws. Exactly. The reason why people file in Wisconsin is pretty simple. They have no charging orders. And in case people don't know what that means, is trying to pierce the corporate veil. Wisconsin is like almost number one on that. They don't allow people to just arbitrarily sue the owners and get around the LLC or corporation that easily. And Delaware is why a whole bunch of corporations file in Delaware, because Delaware is like the corporation haven. They're somewhat the same. And then Nevada is the third one. Those are the top three regarding protecting yourself as far as LLCs and corporations go. All right. So you're right. That's why a lot of people do Wisconsin. But here's the thing. This is the only drawback that I have. The reason why I never talked about it that much is because if I have an LLC, like Stop Struggling Now LLCs in Florida, all right, if I would have started it in Wisconsin, then I would have to have that Wisconsin LLC. And then when I do business in Florida or anywhere else for that matter, I would now have to file here, the Wisconsin, under a foreign corporation. And now I got to pay another $125 plus all the fees every year, because now I'm going to have my own LLC here, like Stop Struggling Now LLC Florida and the Stop Struggling Now LLC in Wisconsin. So now I pay twice the fees for the state. So that's all I'm trying to say. It's nothing major. A lot of people do it that way, but that's the only thing. So I was just like, well, I'm just going to file an LLC in Florida. I'm not going to go that route. So that's how we do it. All right. Curtis Davis chiming in. He uses NAV and Credit Signal to monitor business credit. That is correct. NAV is monitoring. Credit Signal is monitoring. But NAV, when you buy the $39 or $49 a month, they report on your business credit file. So you get another trade line on your business credit report. All right. And Curtis Davis helping out, dropping gems, Blue Vine, Square, PayPal, giving capital loans after 6K to 9K a month. Exactly. PayPal, which is one of my favorites. If you have money coming through PayPal, all you need to have is, like he says, maybe even $4,000 or $5,000 a month. You'll be able to get a PayPal capital loan, as they call it. And what they do is they just basically every time you get paid via PayPal, they take a percentage of it. I think the lowest is 10%, the highest is 25%. And you get to pick. You can tell them, I want to give out 25% or 15% or 10% every time. So if somebody, if you sold something for $1,000 and then you said take out 15%, then when the money gets into your PayPal account, you'll have $850 because they would have taken $150 out. And that's how you pay back your capital loan. They know you're good because you have a track record of money coming through your account, and it's no qualifying. They don't report, though, on your credit file. But again, there's no qualifying. It's a hidden loan as far as I'm concerned, which makes it even better. Nobody knows about it. So it doesn't go against you in case you're trying to do something. It's a beautiful thing. Square, they do similar kind of thing. Blue Vine, I haven't checked them out yet. I just got Blue Vine, so I'll let you guys know because they supposedly have a flex line of credit, even though I normally don't deal with that. But I'll try it. Since I'm on YouTube now, I'll try anything just so I can report it at this point. But we'll see what happens. Okay, AJ, okay, I thought it was good to have a local virtual address for each LLC. Right now I'm paying for 3 different local virtual addresses. So you're saying I could have just used one address for each? Yeah, you could. It all depends on the virtual address, what they're talking about. If the virtual address operator says you can have 3 companies, normally they'll let you have a couple of companies under the same address. But, but I would set it up with one of the companies as a holding company and then have the other 2 as subsidiaries. So then it would make sense. But yeah, you could have had one, but it all depends on the virtual address operator. If they allow you to have, how many corporations can you have under one address? That's the real question. You wouldn't have had to have 3 at 3 different locations. But the fact that you did just meant 3 different business locations kind of was like fine. Just like a gas station, like a 7-Eleven, for instance. The same group could have how many 7-Elevens are in the city, right? But it's owned by like the same group, and they all each have their own address. But does the LLC have a different address than their buildings? Often not. The LLC will be operating out of a virtual office address, but their stores are at all different addresses. You follow what I'm saying? So there's different ways you can do it, but no, what you did is fine, but you might be able to avoid paying 3 different virtual addresses and only pay 1. So that's what I would do on Monday. If they're not open tomorrow, I would find out how many businesses can you have at that one address for that virtual office. And then nobody says you can't do that. So that's all I'm trying to say. You don't have to worry about it in reality. But speaking of business, we were talking about business credit. If you want to get business credit going, then you should start with the net 30s. Those are the easiest. That's the Grangers. Again, NAV, if you're going to monitor your service. Also, Curtis Davis, he left off the part that on NAV, they help you with business funding as well. You can find out if you may qualify for a few things in the back office when you're at the $39 and $49.99 a month payment. And by the way, that's a tax write-off. Just keep that in mind. That's your business tax write-off. So once again, that's an advantage. All right. Shout out to Eric dropping LLCs and holding company. That's right. We do it all. We know how to do it all, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be afraid. It's customary. You will never find a multimillionaire having 5 LLCs, 10 LLCs, all separate. They're going to tie them together like a subsidiary because you get advantages. You can hide money even. I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. It's not illegal. You can hide money. What I mean by hide money is, let's just say I have a subsidiary that made $1 million. So my subsidiary, Eric XYZ company, made $1 million. My Stop Struggling Now company is the holding company. Okay? The company doesn't just has the $1 million sitting there. The holding company has it. I can send the money to the holding company. The money hasn't been withdrawn or nothing. I can do other tricks. Now I can say, I'm giving $1 million loan to Eric XYZ company. All legal, ladies and gentlemen. All legal. So that's now a write-off for $1 million because I gave a loan back to my company. I know this is why the 1%ers, this is why Amazons and the Apples and the Microsofts and all these guys don't have to pay tax hardly. All these little loopholes. And this is why a Warren Buffett, even a Donald Trump, when you finally see their tax, well, when you finally see Donald Trump's taxes, you will see that the man probably has hundreds of LLCs. Okay? He's going to be involved with partnerships and all kind of stuff because he hides money. He's good at this. So his companies are going to have money while he runs around acting like he's broke. All right? All right. Just letting you know, this is how it works. Can't hate it. Join it. Understand what you're dealing with here. You're in a capitalist society, but only for a certain amount of people is in a capitalist society. Why not be a 10%er? All right. Curtis Davis dropping the other gems to this. When you have a business, you have assets, land, equipment, computers, artwork, cash flow, contracts, and insurance. Exactly. Exactly. And most people don't look at it as assets because mom and pops, most small businesses are just surviving. They're sitting there going, I have my desk here. I have a computer here. I have whatever I need, printers and all that here. I have a little inventory here. But you're not really thinking of the overall big game. Did you know you can borrow against your inventory if you have a high enough inventory? That's right. But a lot of mom and pops don't realize that they might have $200,000 or $300,000 worth of inventory. It might not be moving. You're sitting there saying it's not selling, but you got a few options here. You got depreciation that you can write off. You can get a loan against it. There's a bunch of things you can do. But they don't teach you this in school. They try to hide that from you all the time. Yes, the truth, Charlie. Thank you. That's right. That's how we do it here, Curtis Davis. That's right. Don't forget those shirts, ladies and gentlemen. The Stop Struggling Now gear. This is what we're trying to do. F average. Be legendary. Don't play around with everybody else. You can be better than what you think once you know that you can be better. Right now, a lot of people don't know what they can do, and they're struggling. They're sitting there going, man, I don't have sales. The pandemic is here. What can I do? I got $200,000, $300,000 worth of assets out here in this warehouse, and we might have to go out of business. Well, do what Carnival Cruise Line did. You can do the same thing. Carnival Cruise Line, they started selling their assets. They started selling their ships. And then what happened? They said, forget about selling our ships. What we're going to do is, can we get a loan against our ships, please? And they got loans against their ships, against their assets. This is what the big boys do. You can do it too. They're not going to tell you, but you can do it. So this is why it's very powerful to have your own business. Whether it's an LLC or corporation, it does not matter. But this is one of the things you can take advantage. So this is why what Curtis Davis is talking about. Farmers who have the John Deere equipment, crop dusters and things like that, that's assets. So you can borrow against those assets. That's all I'm saying. 50 Cent filed bankruptcy a few years ago after the vitamin water deal because his money was structured wrong. Exactly. That's exactly right. He was like, hold on here. I'm getting millions, but wait, hold on. I didn't have this right. That's exactly right. So he was able to restructure everything. That's exactly right. So these are the kind of things you have to think about once you start making money and once you start having income coming in. All kind of avenues open up with regard to business credit, lines of credit. In fact, the fintechs are bringing this directly to American mainstream. If you have Salt Lending is the one that I'm going to talk about. I'll talk about AVE too, AAVE. You have cryptocurrency held with these people, and they'll give you loans against it. Ordinary citizens, you don't have to be a business. You have to just be an OC, ordinary citizen. That's it. So again, these are the kind of things that you have to think about, and this is what's in the future. And by the way, I want to thank everybody for being here. So please make sure you smash the like button. Please click the link down below. And please, if you like what we talk about, please hit the subscribe button. And by the way, I want to thank everybody and for your support, because I looked at, we're close to 8,000 subscribers in a few days. We're already going to be there probably after this live stream comes out. This is incredible. Who knew 2 years ago when I started this that we'd even have 1,000 subscribers? Because I didn't know how YouTube worked. We're just trying to help people here. But now it's getting interesting. And now we're coming out with the credit, which is going to be an asset. And that credit that we're going to be coming out with, the $10,000 trade line, ladies and gentlemen, all I got to tell you is hold on for a long ride, because this is about to get a whole lot better that you guys have no idea about right now. I'm just teasing you a little bit, just giving you a little bit of info that there's going to be something that I'm going to be putting together myself. I've got approval from the owners. We came to an agreement where I can actually do a side business that I want to do. So it'll be coming out, but not right now. Right now, the concentration is on that $10,000 trade line for $149. No hard inquiry. It's very powerful. Everybody's going to be able to increase their credit score. Thank you so much, Charlene. We all try to help everybody. Curtis Davis, Joshua Felder, George Maple, everybody dropping gems tonight as usual. Equal opportunists. All you got to do is be here and watch these videos, and gems are being dropped, and there's no reason that you should be left in the dust in the next 3, 4, 5 years. You should be above the fray economically. Even if you're not right now, please spend $10 here for a Ford in stock, or a GE, or a what do we call it? NEO, or a NRZ, or a ABR, or I mean, there's a ton of stocks that you could invest in that give dividends instead of buying a Happy Meal. I'm just saying. So you can do it no matter what your income is. All right, here we go. Curtis Davis talking about the Tomo card. Somebody got their Tomo card this week using Plaid Network, 5,000 approved after algorithm ran. Curtis Davis, come on, man. I'm not believing the hype. I got approved for 5,000 as well, but all it was an email. I don't think anybody actually has a card. That's all I'm trying to say. They can tell me they got approved all they want to, but until I actually see a card or something, I'm not believing them, because everybody gets an approval notice. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people get approval notices. So we'll see what happens, because they're still on the wait list right now, but we'll see. Chili Davis, Curtis Davis, increasing FICO scores this year, 2020, 10,000 trade line. That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly what we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen. And this is how powerful this is going to be. I want everybody to understand this $10,000 primary trade line that we're doing for $149.99. That's the first year's membership annual fee. The renewal fee is $99 next year. But here is the most innovative part that goes under the radar. You can buy from the store right now until February. So let's just say, for example, you went to the store and bought, I'll use a simple number, $5,000. You have to put down 20%. So you have to put down $1,000. They finance the rest. The $4,000, you're going to have to pay 5% a month for 24 months. They give you 0% interest. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? 0% interest for the 24 months. You're going to pay it off in 20 months, because 20 times 5 is 100. You're going to pay it off early. But guess what? That new $5,000 trade line is going to be an installment trade line. And it's going to show your 5% of 400 at what, $200 a month? So you're going to be paying $200 a month. You get a second trade line, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what happens with that $10,000 trade line? It still shows $10,000 of revolving credit available. So your debt utilization is still where it started. So you get two trade lines for the price of one, and one's going to be revolving, one's going to be installment. How powerful is that? Let's just call it everybody's getting a 700 credit score these days. Let's make it happen. All right. Leah Dennis, welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you again. Glad you could be here. Mr. Evans, 100% facts. Exactly. Charlie, credit is where it's happening. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Once you realize credit is an asset and you treat it as an asset, and don't treat credit like, hey, I'm going to go buy a flat screen TV. Hey, I'm going to go buy a car. Hey, I'm going to go buy whatever. Think of it in terms of I'm buying assets somehow, if you can. You want to turn it into buying assets and being able to get your credit right. So when you get these credit card offers where they're saying we're going to give you, here's a $20,000 credit limit, and we're going to give you 0% interest for 24 months or usually 18 months or 10 months or 12 months or 14 months, you can actually write a check against your credit line and buy an asset and have 0% interest and still pay like 1% a month on that. And then starting the 12th month, you actually have a monthly payment. But if you would have bought an asset, you would have bought an asset that generates income for you, and you're using the income from the asset to pay back the loan that you got using somebody else's money. This is simple, not that hard, happens every day. And this is why the people with better credit, the people with better income, this is why they stay ahead of the game, because they're able to grab money that's not even their own money from different resources. And imagine if you had 3 cards that you can take off $25,000 each, and now you got $100,000. Now you can buy a $500,000 apartment building. Think about it. $500,000 storage units. Come on. It changes the game entirely using somebody else's money. All right. Let's see here. Leah Dennis, Eric B., you are an asset. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the knowledge you are sharing. Thank you. Thank you so much for that comment. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to be an asset. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much. Me too. Email only. Charlie. All right. That's right. No credit check. Post to all 3 credit bureaus. Yes. Equifax, TransUnion, Experian. That's what we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen. This new $10,000 primary trade line. That is exactly it. Post to all 3 starting December 10th through the 17th, somewhere in there. You're going to see the first post. And at that point, people are going to start talking. They're going to start talking. And then more and more people are going to be involved with it. And this is exclusive, by the way, to us, Stop Struggling Now channel. You will not see anybody else with this. And that's why everybody thought it was the Tomo card, because everybody thinks and heard the Tomo card as this $10,000 trade line. But Tomo is not even out as far as I'm concerned. But that's why people were skeptical. They're like, nah, there's a wait list. They're not even out. How come these guys are saying it's going to post next month? They're lying. Well, this is not Tomo card, not even related to Tomo. So this is real. That's why in the videos, in case you missed it, look up the $10,000 primary trade lines, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll see I'm at the stores. This is already going down. Now we're making it available to everybody. So this isn't some wishing. This is going down. So if you haven't signed up for it right now, get that $10,000 line of credit and make sure you got that debt utilization right, because you want your debt utilization under 10%. And you want at least 10 different trade lines on your credit file, because you want to give the banks, the creditors, the lenders, you want to show them that you can handle credit. So when you ask them for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 lines, they're going, okay, we see this guy. He handles credit. Look at that 10K trade line. Look at that 5K trade line. 5K is my jewelers, in case anybody's asking. New Coast Direct is another 5K. I have those links down below in the description. So that's how you do it. You move up. And even if you have bad credit right now, you can fix your credit in 6 to 8 months or sooner. So never fear. Even if it takes a year, it's worth it. All right. But just think credit as an asset and credit to buy assets. That's what you're trying to do here. You're trying to build up to where somebody's going to give you a 25, a 30, a $50,000 line of credit. And then you want your credit score to be in that range, 740 and up. So then right in that range, 740 and up, now you're getting these special offers, 0% interest for 18 months. Or they'll send you a special offer along with some checks and say 0% interest for 14 months. And there's checks in there, and you can use checks to write against your credit card. Now, can you go buy something for $12,000, $15,000, $20,000 that's an asset? Yes, you can. This is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Yep. Installment loan for that 10K. That's right. It ends up being an installment loan when you make an agreement to buy jewelry. And there's more to the story we'll talk about later. Like I said, we have some more things to talk about regarding this $10,000 trade line that's going to be so powerful for you all. You have no idea. This $10,000 trade line is actually going to end up being an asset. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. All right. In a different way. All right, Charlie, exactly. That's how we do it. That's right. Credit asset. You can buy land with low interest and lease to somebody with high interest. Exactly. Arbitrage. You can do all kinds of things when you have the cash or if you have the credit and know what to do with it. Most people, when they have the credit, they're out here doing what? They're out here buying the house, which once again is an installment loan that goes against your debt to income ratio. When you try to buy second house, I want to buy a vacation home. Automatically, Eric, you need 20, 25% down because that's your second home. Why would I do that? That's crazy. Again, I won't get into the house talk, but all I'm trying to say is that's where you're behind. See, people, when you buy something, you have to start on credit. You have to start thinking about your debt to income ratio. This is why if you buy a car and your car payment's something crazy like $600 a month, $700 a month, then you go down to buy a house and then your debt to income ratio is off. Most people won't get rid of that car. What they'll do is they'll reduce the amount of house that they can buy. Instead of being able to get a $350,000 loan, they now can only get a $200,000 home. You see, that's what happens. That's why if you're going to buy a house, you want to buy your house first. If you're going to buy a house first, because then that'll be your lower debt to income ratio. So you'll be able to afford a higher house. A car, they'll let you have a debt to income ratio damn near 50%. So you got to figure out what your priorities are. But to me, that's none of the priorities. Your priority should be buying something that brings in money every month, not buy something that you have to pay for every month. So change your thinking around. Millionaire mindset, emerging millionaire mindset. And by the way, somebody mentioned something after our video last week, and they called it SSN Nation. I like that, SSN Nation. I like that. I might have to use that, but we're talking emerging millionaires. All right. Okay. That's right. Other people money spends better than yours. Charlie, you got that right. In fact, let me tell you guys a little secret. And it's not really a secret because Charlie has hit the nail on the head. What the rich do is they get other people's money to finance their ventures so they don't have the risk. If they fail, sure, they owe, or their business owes these entities some money, or maybe nothing at all, but it's not their money. And that's why the rich keep staying rich, because they borrow or use other people's money. And then if it fails, oh, well, they don't care. It's not, they still have their assets. So this is the kind of thing you have to think about when you're the CEO of your life. Use your credit card's money. That's the easiest one to use. All right. So like right now, I'm going to give you guys another story about that 740 plus credit score. As you guys, some of you may know, I have one of my cars is a BMW. And because my car has its, let's call it, what do they call it? They called it what you would call a house when you have enough money. My mind's not thinking right because I'm thinking of cars, because I don't look at cars as an asset. But anyhow, they started saying, hey, your car is valuable to us. You should give us your car. And since your score is 740 plus, we're going to give you no interest for 24 months. We're going to give you $7,500 as a down payment on any new car when you come in here. And we have other incentives from the manufacturers for like another $2,500. So all total, it comes out to like $12,500 plus 0% interest for 24 months, as long as your score is still 740 and up. Just bring us your car, and you can come out of here with a new car. And I'm thinking, that's pretty good. That's a good trick, because I know they're getting a lot of people to do that, because in America, everybody wants to look cool in a new car. But for me, I'm like, man, my car's paid off. Why am I going to mess around and get another loan? That's ridiculous. My car's not broken. So, but these are the kind of deals that come your way when your credit score is above a certain number, like 740, 750, 760. All of a sudden, they're just trying to give you stuff, and that's what you want to be. And who has a 0% interest loan for 24 months, by the way? That's incredible. And then they're going to give me a, what was it, 1.9? I think it was 1.9% or something. It was stupid. And then I'm sitting there going, man, that's almost like free money in reality. So that almost gets me there, right? 0% interest for 24 months. They'll convert it to a 1.9% loan for the remainder. That's like a free car almost, except it's not, because I got to make payments on this thing if I do the loan, right? And that thing doesn't bring me back any money. Meanwhile, I have a car that's clear, and I could use that money that I would be paying for a new car. I could be investing, which is what we're doing, right? So we're not getting a new car because we can. I have no reason for a new car. It's cool, but this other car works just fine. So this is the kind of choices that you have to make, and they wrap you up. All right. Aki, hold on, I missed some people. All right, Friday night, live, dropping knowledge. George Maples, can I add an AU to my 10? No, you cannot. No, you cannot drop an AU to that. Thank you for asking about that. Not right now. Can't do it. Ever. The $10,000 primary trade line is only for one person. It can't be joint, and you can't drop an AU on it. All right. Let's see. Charlene, credit as an asset and credit to buy assets. Exactly. That's the mantra. Just keep that in mind. You always want to have cash flow, because if there's a pandemic, if there's a loss of job, if people get sick, guess who has a cash flow coming in? That would be you. So therefore, you don't have to sweat as much as everybody else. Trust me, you don't want to be sweating like 90% or 40% of the population right now. Charlie. That's right, Brandon Hicks, playing with house money. It's like rolling dice. Exactly. That's where you want to be, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you get your LLC. That's why you get your business credit. And that's why you get your personal credit up in the high score areas. 720 and up, 740 and up is preferable. That's when you're starting to get into prime time, where they start sending you cards talking about, if you spend like $5,000 in the first 90 days, then we'll give you like 100,000 miles for airline miles. And that's generally 2 round trip tickets to anywhere in the world, ladies and gentlemen, just to give you an idea. And then some people will go, well, I don't spend $10,000 a month, or I don't spend $5,000 in 3 months on my credit card. Well, here's a little secret that a lot of people don't think about. You should be. In fact, you should be paying everything with your credit card. The card that gives you 3% back, the card that gives you 5% back, 4% back. That's what you should be doing, spending your money, having your bank account hooked up. I go and buy something for $500. I'm not really wanting to use my credit card, but I'm getting cash back. I'm getting airline miles. I'm getting points for something. So I'll just buy the $500 on the card, and then I go home and I just pay $500 on my card. Now the card has been used and it's paid in full. I'm not going to pay interest when my statement comes out. See how that works? And in the meantime, that $500, if I have 3% back, that means I paid whatever, that's what, $15? I really paid $4.85 for it. You see how this works, ladies and gentlemen? And in most credit cards, they'll allow you to use that $15 to pay towards your next bill. You don't have to get a check. Or if you want the mileage, you can do the miles. So these are kind of things you have to think about. Be the CEO and start thinking of money in a different way. Think of how you can use money to make you money. That's what the mindset is. So when you're thinking, I have credit cards, what am I going to do? Use them. If you use them, even at the grocery store, you have the money in your bank account, but use it. You go buy $300, $200 worth of groceries, put it on your card. Then you go home, click on pay now with the payment option, take it from your bank account, and now you done paid your monthly bill at the same time. If you had a balance, you paid that, your monthly minimum, but now you're paying it in advance, you're good. Don't you think your credit card company's going to love you, kind of? They're going, wait, this dude's paying off. He's got extra cash. We need to up his limit. He seems to have extra cash. All right? All right. Let's talk about it. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, I saw something about Christopher Columbus, the terrorist. Oh, yes, they were. Curtis Davis throwing down some history. You're doggone right. Spain insured them. That's why when he lost one of the ships, it was like, no biggie, we'll give you another one. They were insured, ladies and gentlemen. He's exactly right. The 1%ers, they're no dummies. So they said, yeah, the Queen says, yeah, you can take the ships, but guess what? They were all insured. You're doggone right. Brandon Hicks, house money. That's it, exactly. Miss Learn and Earn. How you doing this evening? Thank you for being here. Glad to see you again. Thank you so much. You know I love your support. Thank you for being here. We've been dropping gems all night. As usual, everybody in chat contributing. Make this another shirt. Charlene, tell me what you want on that shirt. I don't know what slogan I'm supposed to put on there, but all I know is go to stopstrugglingnow.com and order your merchandise. This is just one of the t-shirts. We have hoodies as well. And by the way, if anybody has ordered anything in the last 3 weeks, we've had a production issue and nothing's going to be mailed out. I thought I was going to mail something out on Wednesday of this week. It's going to be mailed out on Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be mailed out, or Monday, because it was done today. I just couldn't make it down there, the printers, and pick up everything. So on Monday or Tuesday, it's going to be mailed out and you'll receive your gear. All right? Okay. Sure don't. All right. Let's see here. Most credit. Sure don't. Here we go. Most credit cards give 5% cash back. That's right. And then Walmart has a special deal, ladies and gentlemen, that gives another 5% back because you bought from Walmart on your credit card. It's incredible what's going on. But again, this is for people who keep their credit right and who have decent credit scores. You're going to have this opportunity. Yeah, I got an offer on Chase Sapphire Preferred. Spend $4K in 3 months and get $80K sign up. Exactly. Exactly, Brandon Hicks. Exactly. And most people are going, man, I can't spend $4K. And I sit there and go, wait, yeah, you can. How much in groceries do you spend every month? How much is your utility bills? Even some car places allow you to pay using your credit card. Not many, but there's a few. So you can get in 3 months, which is basically, let's call it $1,300 a month, between groceries, between your cell phone bills, between your utility bills, you can probably get close to $1,000 a month. And then you're just incidentals. When you go to get your fast food or go eat at a restaurant, you just use the card. It's simple. You believe it or not, you'll spend $4,000 in 3 months easily. A lot of people might not think you do, but when you break down your bills and you say, okay, I'm just going to pay everything using this card, and then all I'm going to do is just pay it off, even because I have the cash, you'll pay it off real fast. Let's see. Somebody's got something going on here. Zoo Kevin 4636 want to become famous, buy followers. Oh no, buy prime viewers, blah, blah. Well, thank you for asking, Zoo Kevin, but I don't do no such thing. All this is organic because I don't want to teach people to try and circumvent the system, because circumventing the system means you didn't get it done the right way. So ultimately, you might start losing subscribers. You might start losing viewers because the algorithm says, hey, how come this guy has 50,000 subscribers, but when he makes a video, he only has 200 people watching it? Because they're fake. All right. So anyhow, just want to put that out there. Thank you for the offer, but that won't happen. All right, let's get on with it. Love having cash in business account. Go to lunch with my biz partners. Use credit card. Get paid twice. Tax write-off and point. Curtis Davis, you know how we do it. That's exactly how we do it. Are you guys not getting this? This is how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, this is all legal. All right. Anytime you have a business, you're the CEO or you're a representative of the business, and you go to lunch with somebody and you discuss business, you can write that lunch off. You can use your business credit card. Your business credit card may give you cash back. That cash back goes back into the business. And now when my taxes come and it says, hey, you know, you earned $100,000 this year or whatever, and that meal that we had for $50, I get to write that off. So now instead of owing $100,000 that I'm taxable for potentially, it's down to $999,050 or whatever. But anyhow, that's the idea. And then I get the bonus. Hey, you know what? I know people that have an Amex card. Okay. Amex gives miles for airlines. They own equipment business and they're spending $50,000, $75,000 a month. They have enough miles to go round trip internationally for like a year. Not every day, but for every month they could go somewhere and still not run out of points. It's incredible. So that's what they're doing. And that's how you have to think about using your credit as assets. Shout out. Okay, here we go. Another question. Have you heard about using secured credit cards, using your capital to borrow 5 times the balance? No, I have not. Example, 100K in the bank. No, never heard of this. Nah, sorry. I don't know where that would be. You only have 100K in the bank, so they're not going to sit there and give you 500K in a loan. That's not going to happen. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. And once again, I probably shouldn't say definitively that's not going to happen. But if anybody is trying to sell that kind of thing, you have to think logically. If you're a bank, why would if you have $100,000 in my bank, why would I give you 500,000? Unless you've been with me for a minute and I know you have revenues coming in that says he's getting $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month coming through our account, then I would see a bank underwriter saying, okay, man, give them 400, 500,000 because they have 500, 600, $1 million coming through here every year. I could see that. But if you're just talking about you put 100K in a bank and then they're going to give you 500K, that's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you that right now. They'll loan up. They might give you a loan against your 100K, but they're not going to give you no 500K for it. Anyhow, so let me know, AJ, what you're talking about. If this is something somebody's saying or somebody's done, because I've never heard of nothing like that. Usually if you had good, because you're talking about, have you heard about using secured credit cards, using your capital to borrow? No, haven't heard of it. Haven't heard of it. Good talk though, but I don't know. I don't know of anybody able to do that. Example, 100K in the bank, then request 500 secured loan. Non-guarantee, no PG. Nah, I don't know, man. Like I said, you're going to have to fill me in a little bit more. I don't know of any way to do that. But then again, we all learn something new. I have no problem if you can teach me how somebody's doing that or who they're going through. But as far as I'm concerned, that's all talk. Okay. All right. Great. We'll be on the replay. Exactly. All right. The knowledge on credit as an asset. Exactly. Miss Learn and Earn, welcome to the party business seminar. Miss Learn and Earn, she's the one that dropped off the information for liquidators, liquidation.com and all that. That's what she does. She's familiar with arbitrage. She's familiar with buying assets such as items that she's going to sell on eBay, Amazon, and social media and marketplace and things like that. She understands power of leveraging. So that is awesome. Pay rent on credit card too. Oh, yeah, exactly. I forgot about that. Thank you for mentioning that, Charlene. At one time, there are landlords that will allow you to pay using your credit card or ACH. You're right about that, because I know a company that does that. Thanks for bringing that up. That's sweet. Eric's strategic like a game of chess, no limits. Exactly. Exactly, man. That's what we're doing around here. We play chess. We play a little checkers when it's necessary, but chess when we want to make things happen. Thank you, Curtis Davis. Great to be here. Always a party. Good vibes. That's right. Friday night, just got paid. You could have been out partying, but you're here trying to get that additional knowledge, sharing the knowledge with everybody else and helping everybody out. It's a two-way street. We're each helping each other out, and it's all for the better, because next week, what we're going to do? Buy some more stock? Yes. Next week, we're going to think about another LLC or how to improve our companies? Yes. We're going to go out and buy some assets and bring some more money in the door? Yes. Keep thinking that way. Charlene, AJ, could it be fintech possibly? I just don't. Maybe like you, Eric, just guessing. Exactly. I can only guess right now until AJ responds and shows me or tells me who he's getting this information from. But yeah, fintech, that I guess could be possible, but there's no fintech I know that's going to give you 5 times that's in your account. At least not right now. So we'll find out. Maybe AJ will let us know. All right. Yes, to start to think like bank underwriter to get large loans. Exactly. That's how you got to do it. Elbow cough. Here we go. You can get to 4,000 easy like that. Exactly. You can do the 4,000 and take those easy miles. Get those easy miles. That 80,000 miles, which is going to be good for 1.5, well, probably 1.5 international. In this USA, it'll be good for 3 trips, I believe, with the airline miles, USA and the continental United States. So, hey, if you can get free miles and stay, if you go, look, let me explain something, ladies and gentlemen. I just have to say it off the rack. I just got to say some things. When you travel around the world, there's something to be said about when you travel in the United States, in continental US, you generally only stay on a plane about 5 hours, because you can now go coast to coast in about 5.5 hours. If you're in between, like going from East Coast to Midwest, you're only on a plane 2 hours, 3 hours. That's it. So you're not going to be uncomfortable. But when you go to places like Australia, when you're on a plane like 12 hours or 10 hours, whatever it is, when you're going to Europe, when you're on a plane like 6, 7 hours, 8 hours, you don't want to be in coach. When you're going to the Philippines or Asia and it takes you like almost 18 hours, you don't want to be in coach. This is why you want these points. This is why you want to have these add-ons, and this is why you want to use your credit cards and get yourself in positions, because it comes in handy when you're able to say, you know what, I like those 80,000 points will probably be good enough for at least 2 people to go to Europe or Asia, right? But are you going to want to be in coach for 7 hours, 8 hours? Seriously, you want to be in business class or first class? You want to be able to stretch out. You want somebody to cater to you. Hey, what do you want to drink? And by the way, do you want some steak? Do you want some lobster? You know what I'm saying? You're not eating stuff back there in the coach. You're eating some other stuff. You want some champagne, caviar. You know what I'm saying? And your seat reclines. So now you can go to sleep. So when you land in Germany, when you land in Switzerland, when you land in France, you're refreshed because you slept 6-7 hours like normal. You're like loving life. You're pampered. So these are the things that you're doing along the way when you're being the CEO of your life and gaining these miles. You're gaining these cash back. All these kind of things come into your favor. And it's always nice when it's free, so to speak, to travel. That's how you do it. All right? Just had to put that in there so you're thinking right and thinking about these cards when you get these offers in the mail, like the one you saw where you got 80,000 miles. There's sometimes it's 100,000 miles, sometimes 150,000 miles. Do the damn thing. And if they say you need to spend $10,000, do it. You need to spend 15, do it. The miles are worth it. And they literally, you paid, did nothing but just spend the money like you normally do. So, and you get rewarded. All right. Eric, can we talk about international real estate deals so we can use them on Airbnb? Yes, you can. Okay. So just like in the United States, where they have HOAs and you have to see if the HOA, before you buy a condo, let's say, or a house, you have to check with the HOA if they allow you to rent to Airbnb or VRBO or whoever, HomeAway. You have to ask them. If they say no, you can't buy in there. Now, international, Mexico, like I was saying, in Merida, they have Airbnb already approved. That's how they're starting off the project. In Dominican Republic, all the projects that I'm interested in all allow Airbnb. They have it within their project. They're saying it. So those are the kind of things that you want to do, because if you're not going to live there, then obviously you're going to do Airbnb. And obviously you want to return on your investment. So you don't want to buy a property in international or American waters where they're talking about you cannot have Airbnb or you can't rent it out. You don't want to do that. So yeah, you can change topics anytime you want here, ladies and gentlemen. We talk about everything. So Charlie, if you want to talk about international, we can talk about it. But yes, you can use Airbnb. And in fact, you know what? Check this out. Let me see. Portales de Punta Cana. Okay. I think this is one of them. Here, let's go look at something. Let's see if we can get this up. Yeah. Oh, this is the, okay. Here, I'm not on the right screen. Let's see. We in English? Yeah, we got English. Forms, availability. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this right here is in Punta Cana, as you can see. This is interesting. They allow Airbnb here. I'm going to see what properties are available. And you can see they're not going to even be built until August 2021, December 2021, and then August 2022. Here's the plot map. See how they're doing it? And first, the blue, the first one's 2021 in August. This is the blue section. And then it goes on. The further back, the more it's going to cost. This is just the first phase. This thing is huge. It's on both sides. This is a huge complex. All right? And they're going to have 3 bedrooms in here. It's out of control in reality. But check this out. Look at these prices. Look at these prices I'm about to show you. This is incredible to me. I don't understand how they're doing this. But look at this. They're reserved now. People are buying these up. Look at this. 3 bedrooms, $68,000 with a patio. $68,000, ladies and gentlemen, for a 3 bedroom. Can you believe that? And just think, if you see one of my videos when I'm talking about this probably a month ago, half of this page was available. In fact, this first building here, there was like 5 or 6 places available. And now look, reserve, 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 reserve. This is incredible. Because where can you get a 3 bedroom for 67 grand? That's insane. The return on investment for your money is insane. Even if you could rent out at $1,000 a month on Airbnb, literally in 5 years, you have your money back at that pace, but you'll be able to rent it out a 3 bedroom. You'll be able to rent out for $250 a night during high season. So That's all I'm trying to say. This is why this project's going to get snapped up. Now, let me show you something. I thought they had a penthouse in here, but they don't have it under this. Oh, I know what it is. They don't have it under this project in the first building. But anyhow, that's what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So hopefully it came up. You could see that. But that's what we're talking about. Agree. 24. Curtis Davis, don't even talk to me. Right. Agree on 24-hour Asia flight. No coach. Sleep comfortable. That's right. We don't want to go to Asia and be in coach. Man, when I went to the Philippines, it was like we stayed at the wasn't first class, but they had business class. And when you fly over internationally, business class is like, well, the next best thing, because the first class was booked. So I just had to pay an upgrade fee, and it was stupid, $50 or something. So I was like, yeah, I need that business class seat. So so then you're treated just like first class. What do you want? What do you need? Here's some blankets. You have the extra foldable, so you can sleep. It goes down. But yeah, you always want to be in the top. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? What is the update on Punta Cana? Do you have a web link on the condos? George Maple. Okay. George Maple. The videos that I made, I had a link to all the properties in the description. So that's where you can find it. I'll drop you this one right here in the description. Here's the one for Portales de Punta Cana. I'm dropping that down here so everybody can see it there. That's one of the properties. You want to see, oh, DT, error occurred. Okay. I'll give you another one. DT Beach. This is the one that I'm probably going to buy at because I love what they're doing there. All right. That's the one. At least that's one of my favorite choices. And for everybody that doesn't know, here we're going to go and I'll show you about this. DT Beach. It has a blue lagoon. It's awesome. And here it is. Check it out. This is what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get over here. Get me widen the screen up. This is it. Look at the condos surrounding it. The cheapest condo surrounding the beach is was 112. The prices have went up. It's 121,000 for a one bedroom now in this section. All right. Let's see what the new prices are, because this is a condo hotel resort. And you can see all this to the left here. Resort, snack bar, sailing, paddle, kayak, kids zones, adult pool. Everybody who owns here gets use of this beach, by this crystal lagoon by the beach. But here's the great kicker for me. Even though you're not at the beach, they have their own special beach club. So they have a shuttle that takes you to the malls and a shuttle that takes you to the beaches, their own beach club. All right. This is why this is like my number one thing, because since there's a condo hotel, since there's a hotel on the property, they're going to rent out my unit for me. That's the deal. Here we go. Here's the prices, ladies and gentlemen. $112,000 for a one bedroom. Still, they haven't raised the price on this one. The Arena one bedroom is $89,500. Ladies and gentlemen, the Arena, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to look it up. Okay. I got to show you the link because this is where I'm probably getting mine, because it's a toss up right now if I want to be in the Crystal Lagoon area or if I want to be in the Arena at the beach. But I think I want to do the Arena at the beach. Hold on a second. Let me get this up for you because I want to show you. Arena at the beach. I can't pull it up because I know why. Condos for sale. All right. All right. Let's see if I can get this so everybody can see what I'm talking about. Arenas. I can't pull it up. I'm going to have to make another video because I can't pull it up online right now, which would have been awesome because you can see what I'm talking about. But anyhow, everybody can see these prices. And here's the most interesting part, the 2-bedroom. They have a 2-bedroom for $142,500. They now have a 2-bedroom for $152,000 or $154,000. They raised the price up about $10,000. But since they still have this price on their website, they may be honoring these prices still instead of that extra $10,000 to $12,000. I have a feeling they're doing that to unsuspecting people when they're there in person. So, but anyhow, you know that you can get a 1-bedroom in the beach location. The arena is next door. And this is what I like, this 2-bedroom for a $126,000. This right here is a hell of a deal. A 2-bedroom for $126,000. It's next door at the arena. And if you live at the arena or they're part of the condo hotel association, so they'll rent out your unit. Also, you can use the Crystal Lagoon. That's the beauty of the arena. So I'm probably going to lean towards a 2-bedroom there, and then people walk across the street and come over here, and you still have use of this Crystal Lagoon. And over here on the left-hand side, you see this structure with a pool. This is the hotel. So whenever people come to the hotel and they say, hey, you want to stay at the condo or do you want to stay in a hotel unit? If you have a condo, they'll rent it out for you. And they're guaranteeing, I believe it was 8% for the first year or two. I think it's 2 years at this location. So these are the kind of things that you have to think about in investing. So hopefully that answers your question. That's the way I'm looking at it. All right. Here we go. This was George Maple asking me about it. Do you have a web link on the condos? Like I said, check out the previous videos, and I dropped the links in the description to all of the properties. So Seventh Heaven, in fact, here, let me get the arena Seventh Heaven. I think I can get that up for us. Seventh Heaven is actually one of the brokers. Arena, because I love this. Arena at the beach. Let's see what we get. I can't pull it up. Oh, wait a minute. Might have it. Hold on. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Since we're going to be talking about Punta Cana, let me I want to pull this up because this is one of my high priorities because I believe the price is right. I believe the price is right for this. So therefore, this is why I really want to show it, because I think this is one of the best advantages in the whole place. Oh, it looks like they have a lot more for sale. In fact, here, I'm going to do something else. Let me skip to what I'm looking at. In fact, why don't you guys check this out? Well, I couldn't find it while we were messing around. I couldn't find the link for it. But anyhow, that's all we're talking about here in Punta Cana. So, George Maple, the best I can do right now is look. Oh, wait, hold on. I'll give you, I'm dropping this down in the chat for Seventh Heaven. And Seventh Heaven is going to have information for other condos as well. So let me put that down in the chat for you. And they'll show you the condos over in Punta Cana. And everybody else can see it as well. All right, AJ, drop this. The Guaki brothers talked about it on their channel. They talked about how some certain banks will allow you to borrow 5 times the amount in your account. Well, like I said, that's good talk, but I don't know what they're actually talking about. I've never heard of anything like this. Now, what I do know is if I have a banking relationship with the bank, and let's just say for the sake of argument, I've been with them for a few years and I have 100K in the bank and I have some revenues coming through, let's just call it 40 G's, 30 G's a month or something, or 30 G's every 2 months, then I know then I may be able to do something. It will allow me to do something special. But as far as giving me $500, 500K unsecured with no PG, I'm going to need assets. That's about the only way I know that they would even consider such a thing, because they're not going to consider that with me having 100K in their bank. They might go, oh, okay, Eric, you got $1 million over here. And can we, can you secure it against that maybe? But I've never heard of this 5 times what I have invested with the bank or anything. So I'll have to look into it, see what they're talking about. All right. Curtis Davis, $10,000 down is cheap. Curtis Davis, the Portales de Punta Cana isn't even 10 grand down. It's only 5% down. That's it. Well, actually, it's that's it. 5%. That's it. They want $500 as a reserve. Then within 30 days, they want 5%. And then they're going to write a 20 to 25% promissory note that you get to pay monthly over the next whenever. It's crazy deals you can make. So literally, you need no credit whatsoever. It's beautiful. Miss Learn and Earn, that's what we're talking about. That's the spot. That's right. Mic drop. That's it, Charlene. That's what we're talking about. This is when you're doing, when you're thinking about renting something through Airbnb or as an asset, they always tell you certain things: location, location, location. And before I forget, since we have people here who may not have smashed the like button, please smash the like button. Please click the like button. And please, if you like what we're talking about, hit the subscribe button. And we talk about all kind of ways to make money all the time. Everybody can do it too. We're not talking about you got to be a 1%er or a 10%er. This is ordinary citizens can do this. All right. Mic drop is right. That's why that DT beach now, when location is part of real estate, right? But you have to think about if you're going somewhere on vacation, you always go by what? You say if you're going to a beach location, you say, okay, I want to stay by the beach. So you start looking up beach property, right? So then you find out, let's say it's high season, like in Punta Can, it's high season. If you're going to stay on the beach, it's going to cost you like $450, $500 to stay on the beach. So a lot of people are like, well, I'm going to be there a week. Do I really want to spend like $4 grand? And then me personally, that's how I am. I'm like, I'm not going to spend $4 grand to stay on the beach. The beach is there. All it's going to take me is like 5 minutes to get to the beach. And for that, I'm going to pay an extra $2 or $3 grand. That's crazy. So instead, you have properties that you could rent, like the Portales de Punta Cana that I talked about. But that's not by the beach. That doesn't have this lagoon. The Crystal Beach Lagoon is not there. But you're still in Punta Cana, and maybe you get that rental for $100 a night, $150 a night, $200 a night. People will do that, right? And then they'll say, okay, I'll just get a shuttle, Uber, or whatever to the beach. Me personally, if I'm not going to stay on the beach, then I'm going to stay at a place like this lagoon place, because now it's like I'm at the beach already. So that's where I'm going to stay, in a place that I can walk outside and be like, okay, this is kind of cool. I like this. And then if I want to go to the beach, there's a shuttle that'll take me to the beach. So I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So instead of me paying $400 or $500 a night, I'm only going to pay $250 a night. That's how we do it. And that's how people think. And that's why, for my investment purposes, that's why I want to buy at the beach, because many people are going to want to stay there. And when you see the arena where they have the pool runs down the whole front length of everybody's condo. So now everybody, if you're on the 4th floor, you come down to the 1st floor, you walk out, you walk into the pool. And if all the condos in the first phase on the bottom are already taken, and the reason why, because you can walk out in the pool. So that's the kind of thing that's kind of cool about that. And if you don't want to be in that pool, then all you got to do is get up, go across the street, and you can go to the Crystal Lagoon. So you got three birds really, because now the person that's renting from you, which is why I'm leaning towards the arena, is because you can go in the pool outside of your joint, not even be in the Crystal Lagoon where everybody else is going to be. Now, if I want to be where everybody else is going to be, I go to the Crystal Lagoon. And now if I don't even want to be at the complex, I get the shuttle and go down to the private beach that the beach resort has. Kill all the birds. So that's how we're going to do it. So anyhow, that's why that's at the top of my list, along with the Maple Beach Oh, by the way, hold on. I got something else for you, George Maple. Here we go. Maple Beach Condos.com. I think that's it. Nope. Is it Maple Beach? Maple Beach Resort? Well, I'll have to Google it, but I'll have it up on the screen in a second. Can't find that one either. Oh, here we go. Maple Beach, Punta Can. I'll have it up. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Yep, this is it. All right, George Maple, it's your lucky day. Here's the other one, the Maple Beach condo. This is also on my radar. There's a reason. There's a reason. Here you go also. Check the chat section, George Maple. This is Maple Beach Condos, and this literally is a 2-minute walk to the beach, and the one bedroom there is $95,000. But they also have these shops that they're going to build. This is pre-construction as well, so you can get special deals. This is what their pool is going to look like. All this is just renderings. None of this is real. It's not built yet. Look at this. These right here that have ocean view, they're already sold. These are penthouse units. They're already sold. I checked it out already because the penthouse units, they're on one side of the building. But they want like 300 grand for them, which puts them outside of any range for Airbnb rentals as far as I'm concerned. But anyhow, this is what they look like. They're pretty sweet. Here we go. 2-minute walk to the beach. They're literally right here. And that literally, they're like, I would say 150 yards away from the beach. That's how close it is. Oh, here we go. Here's the picture right here. Look, you walk right here. That's the beach. The project is right here. This is incredible. They have underground parking and everything. $95,000 for a 1-bedroom. And there's only the back section where my cursor is. This is where the $95,000 condos are left. That's available, the 1-bedrooms. None of the rooftop. They're all sold except for the penthouse and C. They have, I wish I had the floor plan I could show you. C1 is over here in this corner. That is not $95,000. The penthouse, the 1-bedroom penthouse is $195,000. Just to give you an idea. But for $95,000, this is a hell of a Airbnb rental. Because even if they don't have ocean view, easy 3-minute walk, and this complex here, Maples Beach, is going to have that stores. This is going to have like a little shops downstairs in front. So you'll be able to go there if you need any groceries, if you need to pick up anything right on site, which is awesome. And then you walk out and you're at the beach 3 minutes later. So, and there's hotels around here too. And during season, they charge a lot of money. So a 1-bedroom hotel, you'll be able to charge $300 a month when you're a walk to the beach. You rent it out like 2 weeks, 3 weeks out of the high season, and you're rocking in there like 5-6 G's a month, and all you paid was 95 grand. You're going to have back your money in 2 years. So that's what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we make money. It's how the 1%ers do it. All right. That's it. Dreaming. Travel, all related services, including shopping, fun, food. Exactly. That's how we do it. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Glad I could help you, George Maples. Since you were asking about a few links, there's some links for you. But those are the ones that I'm mostly interested in. I mean, those are the main two. I have to admit, I'll show you guys one more too. Tower Vista in Cap Cana condos. There's one more. Vista Cana Towers. That's the one. Let me see if I can pull this up for you. Let me see who has a good. Trying to see who has a good website for this. They don't have a good website. Let me go with Blue Caribbean. I think they might be fine. So we'll see if I can put this on the screen for you. Yeah, that's not coming up right, but here, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. This is, they're not giving me any real views, but here's what I'm talking about right here. New construction, once again, $69,000. This is a condo hotel. Again, they rent it out for you. This is actually a hidden spot again. Even though you see residential here, what they don't show you is, look, see it says 5 buildings, 5 levels of apartments. What they don't show you is on site across the street, which is in the same area. It's not a separate property, but they have the entrance, and on the left side is where these condos are, and on the right side is the actual hotel. So they also rent for you in this project as well. And as you can see, $69,000. And it's a condo hotel. They rent for you. And they have similar things that they have at the beach, except they don't have the beach. It's just they have a hotel there. They have these 3 or 4 buildings over here, and they rent it out for you. And then the hotel rents it out, and they're going to have shopping center across from that hotel as well. So it has its own ecosystem there. So this is going to be pretty awesome. But that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll get back. But anyhow, that's the Punta Cana stuff. In case anybody wants to know, you can always hit me up at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com. And I'll let you guys know when I'm going to be going over there. Obviously, I'm going to be shooting video. So you're actually going to see it real time and up close and personal for whatever they've already built. Most of this stuff is not even built yet. All you're going to see is concrete. So, but at least I'll be in the building where they're going to actually have the renderings on the wall, and they'll have furniture packages that you'll be able to see. And then you guys, if I do decide to buy something, you'll know about it. Easily know about it, because I'll tell you. All right. New PlayStation, Xbox 500, reselling on eBay, other for $3,500. Wow. Are you kidding me? That is awesome. Where's Joshua Felder and Miss Lerner right now? That's their MO. Man, that's sweet. Oops, up for $35,000 for an Xbox. That's incredible. That is incredible. I got my passport and ready to travel. I'm going to plan an anniversary trip to Maple Beach, hopefully for May 2021, if the coronavirus allows. Right on, man. That's how we got to do it. Maple Beach is in El Cortecito, Dominican Republic. But as you can see, it's right up the beach, man. How can you? It's incredible. Anniversary-wise, good choice. I will say this, anniversary-wise, what's a real good choice is the Hard Rock Casino Punta Cana. Hard Rock Hotel Punta Cana. It's all-inclusive. Anniversary, trust me, you win. In fact, George Maple, that's where you should probably stay. You want to know why? It's all-inclusive. And on that anniversary date, you get to call the front office and say, hey, man, can you guys deliver me some champagne, orange juice for a morning breakfast? And they bring the breakfast to you. They'll bring it to you. Even though it's an all-inclusive resort where you can go eat at any restaurant, you can still pick up the phone and they'll do an a la carte. You can order it and they'll bring it to your room. It's included. You can eat in. You only have to leave your room. It's awesome. I'm just saying. Might be a little pricey, but let me see. In May, it'll be about 300. Yeah, it'll be like probably about 500 probably for 2 people. But they might have specials, though. So you never know. It might be only 250, 300 a night, which is worth it. More than worth it. So I'm glad you got your passport ready. So now all you got to do, George Maples, make sure you got that duffel bag of cash ready so you can get that streams of income coming in from that condo, that asset that you're buying. All right. That's right. That would be a great video. That's right. That's how we do it. That's how we're going to do it. So we'll find out what the ultimate decision is going to be. But I'm actually going to be trying to show you guys that even though you see something on paper, yeah, Hard Rock Punta Cana, that's it. That's it, George Maple. You'll see. That is the spot. It's understated. Trust me. It's like the coolest place on the planet. They even have, the place is so big that they have shuttles that'll take you from the front desk area back to your room. That's how big the place is. Because from the front desk to the beach, it's probably 200 yards. It's like a huge complex. But that huge complex has Benihana's in there. It has the Italian restaurant in there. It has delis in there. It has all kind of stuff in there. Oh, it has Brazilian steakhouse in there. It has a buffet in there. I mean, and you can stay in your room and just order. And if you drink, the liquor's in your cabinet. All of the liquor, the rums, the tequilas, the whiskey, it's in your room already. You don't even have to do anything. It's awesome. Yeah, Hard Rock Punta Cana, great anniversary situation on that. Highly recommended to everybody. And that's why I want to stay around that Hard Rock place, because if you golf, they got a golf course. ARK. Oh, no, man. Graphic cards sell like crazy on eBay. Sold one in less than 2 hours on Tuesday. Wow. Graphic? Oh, for gamers. Yeah, gamers, their graphic cards go out and they need the fastest ones, because even a millisecond delay means they might not be a pro gamer. You're right. That'll work. Yep. Hard Rock Punta Cana. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I got to get a drink. It's at 2 hours now. So if you haven't smashed the like button by now, please do so. And if you haven't, I need a drink. But if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. And in fact, I want to thank everybody for your support, because we are at 8,000 subscribers. I don't know if we've hit that level yet, but we're going to be hitting 8,000 subscribers in the next week, next 4 days, next 3 days. So I want to thank you for your contributions, and I want to thank you for sharing my videos, because we're helping other people. Yeah. Thanks again. Hopefully, this is what I was laughing about when George Maple was like, ARK and Neo will come through for me by then. George Maple, you want Neo to be at 400? Jesus, man. Don't be so greedy. You want it to be at 400 real quick, right? Yeah, man. I don't know about that, but who knows? Anything can happen. All right. Can't wait to see the Punta Cana live. The bargain Eric will get. That's what I'm trying, man. I'm trying to write my own paper. That's the way I look at real estate. When people tell me it's one price, I look at them going, hey, man, I got a little cash right here to put down, but it ain't going to be that price. And when they're basically selling paper, people, you have to understand, they're selling paper. That's all they're doing, really. That's the way I look at it. They want to get 100 or more units on the books, so then they can flip that paper as a derivative. I talk about this every week. So if they're selling $100,000 units and they sell, let's call it 10 of them, so now you know that's $1 million for every 10 that they sell. So if they sell 100, that's $10 million. So somebody will give them $4 million. And they don't have no headache now to collect the rest of the money. They just go, we got our $4 million. Now the other company's the one that you're going to be sending your payment to. So that's why I try to get the lowest price possible by actually writing up my own deal. So when I see the place, I'll give you a perfect example. If I go there in that one bedroom that's $89,000 in the arena, if that looks kind of cool, has a nice size to it, and I like it, and they go, Eric, you know you only have to put down 5%. You know you only got to do 25%, and we'll take a promissory note, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be like, okay, that's cool. I might do the 5%. That's fine. But I might even try to hedge on that. I'll say, okay, guys, I'm going to give you $2,000. And what I'm going to do after that is we're going to roll in the other $3,000 that you got to pay off the remaining balance. And the reason why I'm going to structure it something like that is because I'll have a 50% loan to value. And it'll only be like 40 some $1,000. And at that point, I can either charge it, write a check, or we can sit there and say, you know what? I don't even want to do none of the above. I'll just finance it, 50% LTV, and pay them guys off their money. And then I'll just pay another $300-400 a month for 10 years or something. It'll be easy, man. This is too easy for me. But anyhow, just giving you guys an actual type of deals that you can do. Just what you would not think you can do. All right. Miss Learn and Earn. You're welcome, Miss Learn and Earn. Every time you're here, no problem. Great job on that graphics card. Now the question is, can you get more graphic cards? Since you know that you can sell it within hours, how many more graphic cards can you get? That's the question. You should have been beating down the door to get another 10 of them, right? Exponential growth. Life Media Pro, welcome to the live stream this evening. Glad you could make it. Glad to see you. That's right. I love being on the ground floor. Excellent. Life Media Pro, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you again for being here this weekend, this Friday night. All right. Wheeling and dealing until construction complete. Exactly, Curtis Davis. That's exactly right. Because they need the paper. So as long as they're under construction, you can make deals. Once they finish the construction, now they're pretty much hardcore at that point because costs are already set. Like, for instance, they know it cost them $10 million to make the building. And right now, all they got is $7 million in funding. So now they're sitting there going, okay, now we got to play hardball. Everybody that comes in, we got to get our full price. And in fact, they raised the price another $10,000 to $15,000 on top of that to begin with. So that's the reason why you want to do pre-constructions, because sometimes you can get deals like furnishings included, floors included, countertops included, things like that you won't be able to get later. So those are the things you got to think about. And that's why we got to get over there in the next 2 or 3 months before a season actually starts, in case the coronavirus all of a sudden goes away. Now all of a sudden they got millions of people coming to the island during season, which means they have thousands, millions of potential customers coming over there. And let's face facts. If they say all they need is $4,000 or $5,000 and we'll take a credit card for your down payment, they're going to sell units. Let's face facts. Okay. All right. Let's go. Right. That's right. That's right. Get some extra ones. My son gave me that one. Hey, however it works. CEO of your life. You have a president of the company. He contributed. That's the way it is, Miss Learn and Earn. But I like it. All right. Let's see. I will look on Facebook and Craigslist. That's right. If you can sell that card in hours, you just found one of those little niche things. Like Curtis Davis was talking about that Xbox situation, which is unbelievable. You might get 2. That's correct. That's correct. Curtis Davis, you're reading my mind, man. You're reading my mind, because once they realize that you're serious, generally I walk away. Because my negotiations, it's just basically, I'm messing with you at that point. I'm just basically trying to see what I'm going to get away with. I'm not even intending to buy, even if they agreed with me. I'm just like, nah, man, I got to go check out another property. Because I kind of don't like that counter offer you made. And so now when I come back the next time, I show up and I'm just kind of like, okay, all right, what if I get 2 units? What can we do? So then all of a sudden they're like, wait, we can get 2 for 1? Trust me, Curtis Davis, you brought up a good thing. It's all about the structuring. Exactly. Yep, exactly. 2 for 1. Exactly. Charlie, other people's money. Yes, structure them deals. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to real estate, you can structure deals almost any way you want to, as long as the seller agrees. The seller tells you, like, I'll put it this way. Right now, the banks tell you, I need 25%. Chase Bank says, I need 25%, 20% down if you want a loan for a house. Now, if you're familiar with homes and lending, you're going to look at them like, have you lost your mind? But a lot of people, they're not familiar with loans and lending, so they're going with that 20% down nonsense. Other people are going to go, okay, I'm just going to go over here to Rocket Mortgage or somebody, and I'll put down 5 or 10%. What are you talking about? I could use that other 10% and make some money in the stock market. Are you crazy? So that's the kind of thing we're talking about here. Got to structure the deals like Charlie mentions. Silent partner volunteer. As they call him now, Miss Learn and Earn, intern. He's an intern. Today I looked at land, new construction options. That's it exactly. I always caution with land, if you're going to buy land, it's only good for a couple of things. Either you know something's going to be built next to you or around you or near you and you're holding it, or you have some way that you're already going to build something on there to produce income, because land by itself, you're going to have to pay taxes usually on it. So therefore, you're going to have siphon off your money. So land, you want to turn it over fast as possible. That's right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost going to wrap this up now. It's been over 2 hours as usual. I want to thank everybody for being here this evening. But don't forget, if you want that $10,000 primary trade line, there's a link down below to sign up with DocuSign, $149.99. And everybody who signs up by midnight, November 25th, the trade line will post somewhere in December, between December 10th through the 17th. And you got a posting every month until your 1-year anniversary. And at the end of 1 year, you get to renew for $99, and it will continue. Almost like a credit card, but that's what it is. A 10K trade line is powerful because now whenever you go out and have your credit right and you try to get credit cards, they see that person gave you a 10K trade line. Another person gave you a 7,000 trade line. Another might have given you 15. All of a sudden now they might give you a 20 because they see you're paying it off all the time. All right. All right. After my Neo stock doubles, you need some place to park profits. That's right, Curtis Davis. Profits. And you use those profits to buy more assets. That's how you do it. We're on the asset train, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be able to do whatever you want, then you just snap up assets every now and then. And then you have revenue coming in. And now you don't have to sweat that much. And you can make other decisions once you have asset money coming in. Like the decision I'm talking about, going to Punta Can. Anybody can join me, by the way. I got no problem with that. I don't know where I'm going to stay yet, but obviously I'm going to stay in a condo because I can't stay in hotel rooms that long. If I do, it's got to be a nice one like the Hard Rock Punta Cana. Okay? So that's the bottom line. Go over there and make some things happen. All right. Sign up for the 10K trade line. Thanks. That's right. Revolving credit, revolving trade line helps with your debt utilization. So anyhow, there's a link down below. And there's also, in case you're new and haven't seen the video about the 10K trade line, I have the link down below in the description for that as well. So please hit the like button. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we have to talk about all different avenues of revenue. That's why you're going to have to get streams of income. And that's why if you still haven't downloaded the Robinhood and Webull app, you need to do that and share with your friends, because right now you can get seven free shares of stock just for sharing the app. Come on. How easy is this? Free money. And you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay any money. You don't have to load any money on the app. Share with other people. Become familiar with referral marketing. How many of you go to a movie and then tell somebody the movie was good? Do you get a check? No, you don't. So why aren't you going to tell somebody that get your free share of stock so you can get a free share of stock? Come on. I got links down below in case you haven't downloaded Robinhood and Webull yet. Get your free share of stock, then open up the app, get your link, and share it with other people. They got a special right now to the end of the month. All right? Tim Smith, welcome to the party. Unfortunately, we're about to wrap it up, but I thank you for being here. Glad you showed up again. You're going to have to catch it on the replay, but we talked about a lot of things. There's some gems being dropped as usual by everybody. A lot of people dropping gems. So I can say, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And as I always end it, keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.